Hello and welcome back to Newsroom Nigeria. This is where we give you hot, fresh and sizzling news all day long. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, please subscribe, like this video and all those good stuff. Also leave your opinions in the comment section below. Despite the fact that a lot of people had advocated for a non-violent protest from August 1st to August 10th, which is the hunger protest, rage protest, as some people would like to call it, the protest has ended up become violent in some states like Abuja, Imo State, Kano, and as well some governors have declared curfew in some of these states. People have also been reportedly shot dead. Even as at 8 p.m., 9 p.m. yesterday night, I was still seeing, videos, live videos on TikTok of people demonstrating at night, still running helter-skelter, trying to avoid bullets coming from the police. I believe that Nigeria should, find ways to de-escalate violence, to de-escalate things when there is protest going on, because trust me, some of these police officers as well, they have children at home, and I know that they would not, want this kind of treatment that they are melting out to other people's children to be melted out on their own children as well. I just feel that Nigeria should do better. Things like water, hot water, those things that we see on Al Jazeera happening, during protests outside the country should be introduced instead of using tear gas and, shooting guns into the air. There was even a report where I saw stray bullets, hitting someone that wasn't even part of a protest. The person was just in front of a police station, going about their own daily life, maybe passing by, and stray bullets just, went to hit the person. It's so sad. But you guys, take a look at, these videos I have.
And the National Assembly, who enacted that law, that President Muhammadu Buhari signed into law, are mute quiet. It means complicit. You cannot be telling Nigerians, our loyalty is not to him. Exactly. As it stands right now, our loyalty is not to any leadership or anybody. Our loyalty is to the state.
What are we saying? We are hungry. What are we saying? We are hungry. What are we saying? We are hungry. What are we saying?
If we allow this protest to take place or escalate, Mr. Speaker, we don't know where it stops. Mr. Speaker, just now we cut our salaries. Mr. Speaker, I want to appeal to executive to do so. From Mr. President to Vice President to ministers to chief executive officers of MDS and parastatals. Let's all of us cut our salaries, put the money in government copper, provide short-term solutions to this problem, Mr. Speaker. People are hungry outside, Mr. Speaker. Even if it warrants to slash the cost of petroleum, reback back the hike of electricity, Mr. Speaker. Provide food, Mr. Speaker, for the people. If we can be able to provide this short-term plans, Mr. Speaker, I believe these young Nigerians will be ready to surrender and decline this planned protest, Mr. Speaker. This is my point, Mr. Speaker. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Chair.
Abuja on lockdown. Obedience on the move.
Just starting. We have a court judgment on court ruling, court order on substituted service, which the barrister Deji Adeyanju is leading them, is aware of. The substituted service said that the order is that they should protest inside the stadium. And we requested that each group that we protest has to come to the police and notify the police. No group has notified the police. We only came here to see some people here, and we said, for the fact you have not notified us and you want to protest, follow the court order, which the Adeyanju, the barrister, is aware. The order said, protest inside the stadium. We are not stopping anybody from protesting, but look at how they are blocking the express road. And I said no, because where their right stops is where another man's own stops. Because as they are infringing into the right of way of people, it's not good. They are equally trampling on other people's rights on passage. And that's why he said no, they should enter the stadium where the court has given order that they should enter inside. They should carry out their 1,000 pressmen and enter the stadium and protest. They can transmit it to 2,000 word press. I don't care.
So, have you spoken with Mr. Deji on this?
I have spoken with him. He said I should give him 3 hours for him to organize them to enter into the stadium. I'm giving him 3 hours.
Okay. So, what are your plans today?
I'm here. I am here.
Okay. So, Dr. Ruben, Ayo, and Rufai, that is the situation.
But can you ask him a
Do
question?
you have any questions?
Yes.
For the
Can you ask him? Can you ask him that in the event that the protesters refuse to go inside, because it's possible they may also not listen to DG Adeyanju. He as a law enforcement officer and who is responsible for security in Abuja, what options are available to him in the case of recalcitrance on the part of the protesters?
Okay, the commissioner, should the protesters refuse to go in, because there is an obvious possibility of the protesters being recalcitrant, what are the options available for you?
Then they are not law-abiding. It's not me that gave the ruling. It's court order.
So what
if they want to breach the court order, they are breaching the court order. It's not my order. It's not the order of the Inspector General of Police. It's not the order of anybody.
So what will he
it's
do?
The order of
so what options are available? What will he do?
The court. So if they are doing it against court order, they know they are equally disobeying.
So what are the consequences?
They should know the consequence. Their barrister is here.
You don't know the consequences?
The barrister is here. He knows the consequence of disobeying court order.
Okay, are you willing to tell us the consequence?
I'm not willing to tell you because he knows the consequence. He that is leading them.
Okay, let's invite Barrister Deji Adeyanju. He's here, also here with us. We understand that the police commissioner has appealed to you, has spoken to you, that you should move the protesters inside, which is according to the court injunction. That's according to the police commissioner. What's your response to this?
The protesters are at the stadium. Are we not in the national stadium?
We are there.
The court order say national stadium. They have refused to allow us to go to Eagle Square. We say we will not confront them.
What the police commissioner is saying that inside the national stadium.
The court order said stadium, national stadium. That's what the court order say. Koniman die, Koniman bury him. You understand? Koniman die, Koniman is a Koniman. I'm also a Koniman.
So he has spoken to you now as the commissioner of police in Abuja. Are you willing to?
Are we not complying? Are we not at the stadium? Are we at Eagle Square?
Okay, but if he
He's my big brother.
If he insists that you should move into the national stadium,
then they have to carry us in. I've gone to speak as a lawyer. I've advised the protesters. I said, listen, if no matter how uncomfortable you are with a positive court order, whether it is interim, interlocutory, or perpetual, you must try to comply. The law must see you taking steps to comply. You can see that people but protesters called me as early as 5 a.m. this morning and said they're going to stop the Eagle Square. And I advised them that they should not go there. That they should not go to the Eagle Square, because if they do that, they'll be disobeying the court order.
Okay.
You understand?
We spoke to the police commissioner earlier on about the options of you refusing to move inside the stadium, and he said you are aware of the consequences. So are you prepared for the consequences, and what do you think would be the consequences of you not moving into the main bowl of the national stadium?
Very simple answer. Simple answer. You see, because we are in the stadium, we are within the ambit of the law, complying with the positive order of the court. Because we're in the vicinity of the national stadium. Do you understand? We are not in the 3-arm zone. That is why, you see, my appeal before the CP came, you see how peaceful and serene the place was. But with the CP's presence, the atmosphere is charged. So my appeal to my big brother is that you should not take steps that will make the protest degenerate. It's an appeal. You understand? Thank God that he's somebody that I respect, and he has a lot of respect and regard for me. So the idea of me coming here is that I will keep appealing to the protesters, and I will keep appealing to the authorities, because without this synergy, the country cannot work, and this protest will not be as peaceful as we want it. So let me further appeal to the CP, who is my brother, that he should de-escalate the situation. Do you understand? Okay. He's a conflict manager.
Okay. We're still talking about consequences here.
Yes.
And the police commissioner felt so sure that you know the consequence of disagreeing with him on this issue.
Okay, where are we? Are we not at the National Stadium? We are at the National Stadium. That's why I have spoken about the issue of Konim and Die, Konim and Beriam.
Obviously, you don't want to talk about the consequence of moving
Which
into
consequence? Because we're in the National Stadium.
Okay, but now, talking about consequences.
And you know that I've actually not seen the order. I've not seen the order. All I have seen are news reports. And because I'm a lawyer, I must, whether the order is genuine or not, I must advise the protesters to comply.
Okay. Finally, the federal government has called for constructive engagement with the government and the